Hello, YouTube. It's been a while, I know. I was gonna wait until all the appointments were done because I still have a couple left, but all things considered, I'm okay. Doing a lot better. My latest endeavor is that I've been, with a lot of help from someone else, been modding my Wii U. I know that it's horrible to do that, but the system is quite dead, you see. I mean, the eShop doesn't run. The web browser's out of date. You can't even go on the Miiverse anymore. You can't do any of that because it's been gone for a good long time. So instead of selling my Wii U, I've decided to mod it, or rather get help modding it. Is it a good idea? Probably not, because it's not always an easy thing. Will it mess up? Well, there's always a chance that it could, but I can always restore it. We're crossing every I and dotting every T before we do anything, like, if it should brick, it won't brick, but if it does, I can always get back to it, But yes, I've decided to turn my lovely Wii into something else more better. I mean, I still have a few games for it, but I think it's better that I just do this and see what happens, right? I know, I'm crazy for that, but whatever, right? I thought it was a good idea for me. I know it's a day later, but happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I hope you guys had a nice one. I mean, you want to know how mine went, huh? Well, I got to be with my boyfriend, which is quite weird because Wednesdays is a rare day for us to be together because he's always working, He works like crazy, so I was surprised that he had the day off on that day, and I got to spend the entire night and the entire day with him, and it was great. He bought me this. I'm a nightgown fiend because that's all I wear sometimes. It's quite comfortable. I got to spend time with him, and it was fun. He had to put his ferret down. He had her for a good couple of years, but when he came home, he went to see how she was. Before we went there, we went to the pet store to see. Well, we went to see the pets, but he wanted to get some information to see if there was anything that could be done for her. Unfortunately, we had gotten there where she was doing a massive, seizure fit. She was on it for so long. It was, and the most blood-curdling scream you'd ever hear from a ferret. Ugh. When we were on our way there, she was screaming a lot because it was in pain. She was in pain. So the vet tech that was working at the pet store did what he could. He was trying to get her out of the seizure zone, and it was just not happening because he was going to do the blood work and see if there was something wrong. No such luck. So my boyfriend did the humane thing he could do, and rather than let her suffer, he put her down the most humane way you can. He got to say his goodbyes, which I did too, which was kind of heartbreaking for me too, because I cared. I mean, I wasn't close like that, but I cared very deeply for that ferret too. He still has one left, but he said after that, he ain't getting no more. And he buried her in his front yard, and that was the end of it. He said he didn't feel bad, which is good because it means he gave her the best life possible. He took care of her very well, and he did what he could for the last couple of years he's had her. So I don't blame him for not feeling bad. In the same way, whenever I lose a bird, sometimes I get cranky and sad, but then I think, no, you did your best. That's all you can ever do when it comes to pets. No pet lives forever. I mean, my finch, I had two Finchy. But I ended up with one at the end, and she outlived her lifespan by 15 years. So I'm like, at least she did live a good life, you know? Anyway, so far the modding process is as complicated as hell. But that's why I got a friend helping me. Well, he's a great guy and he knows his stuff, so I'm trying to make sure that my Wii U still works because I still have games, physical games that I like for it, and I still play. The only physical game that isn't physical is my Mario Kart 8 that I got with it. My back is not as bad as it's been. It's actually okay, but it has its moments where it isn't. My period's gone for the moment. Don't know how or why, but it doesn't matter. I'm happy. I've been on hiatus with my games because there's just too many to do. I got a new memory card for my Switch, which is why I got my games on it, and I'm just not sure which to do now. I know that's stupid, really. But I've been in hiatus mode for a while because I don't know what to do or what to play these days. I've been watching a lot of Hulu and my shows that come on the weekdays, which I get recorded. But other than that, I haven't even played really a game. Except today. I mean, I did have to try out some of the games that I have on the Wii U that I got to work. Some of them worked really flawlessly. Some of them still need some tweaking. Here's hoping the research we do is good. He says he has no problem with this because eventually he's going to do that to his own Wii U. So this is pretty beneficial for him, right? But anywho, they're going to put me on a new medicine called Ozempic or something like that. Probably not saying it right. It's on back order, so I don't know when I'll get to use it. My doctor thought it was good for my A1C levels and my sugar and weight loss. I mean, I did lose a few pounds, but it's not enough to make a dent, I suppose. But I'm okay with that. I at least lost some, you know. Good enough for me. And the Wii U modding process has been long and arduous. Yeah, I keep telling you about it because it's just crazy how long it is. All I know is that it's been crazy, but I'm hoping to get it to work. I mean, if I do, it opens some doors for me because I do have two PCs. However, the laptop is as slow as molasses, but my boyfriend gave it to me. But it works better than my regular desktop, even though my desktop has all my other stuff on it, you know? It's just slow, too. Because I need new ones, but I can't afford it. I'm okay with that, though, because I love what it does do when it can do, you know? Other than the whole tragedy thing with my boyfriend, everything else was good. I spent all day out. We had Domino's, and I came home because, of course, I have to come home. All I know is that it's been a rough road for me. I'm even getting, I'm not getting them, but they want to put infusions of iron because I'm losing iron. And I'm like in my head, dude, seriously? Do you know how long I've been on the period thing? I mean, It may not have been a year, but it's been a couple of months. It doesn't give you a break. And when you finally get one, it's not a long one. And you got to give me some time. And I don't want no infusions. I'm on iron pills. It's just that it's not doing what they want it to do. And I'm like, you got to give my body time to recover. I didn't say nothing, but I wanted to. I'm like, what do you expect to happen? What are you supposed to do? I mean, really. When it comes to that, they got to give you some time to recover, and it's like they don't give you any. But the point is that I'm okay for the most part. I wanted to get my boyfriend on camera, but he just refuses. I know I'll get him on video at some point, but how? I don't know. Hell, maybe I'll get him while he's sleeping. That's probably the only way I might get him. But even then, he might just turn over or something. But, you know, he's just not very into cameras, I guess. I gotta respect that, but at least a little sneaky peek wouldn't kill you, right? We'll see what I can do. And as far as the Wii U goes, I never thought I would ever want to, but I'd rather do that than to sell. It doesn't make sense to sell a system that just doesn't work anymore. And I only have at least 3 physical games and 1 downloaded one, which is Mario Kart 8 was my downloaded one that came with it. I got the deluxe version. And the 3 games that I got physically, that was it. I never really got a chance to enjoy the Wii U because when I got the Wii U, the Switch was coming out. And when I got the Switch, the Wii U went kaputski. So if you put the Wii U and the Switch right in front of each other, they're identical. At least the gaming pad, I mean. Identical. Crazy, right? But it's true. And I hope that I can keep it. If not, I know how to sell it. I can always restart everything and, you know. But it doesn't make sense. I mean, the system itself, it doesn't, even though it gets system updates, it doesn't make sense to have those if they're not going to do anything. But it doesn't matter. I'm just going to use it for what it's worth, and I'm going to make something better out of it. And yes, I'm sure it's wrong, and yes, I'm sure it's horrible, but everyone does that at some point in their life. I mean, I've seen people mod their 3DSs. I'll never do that. That's different. If you lose everything, you lose everything. You don't get it back. You can't, because the eShop is gone on that thing too. It's basically unsupportable except for maybe a system update or not every now and then. The point is that I do not endorse modding unless it's necessary, you know? I've never modded a thing in my life, and I'm lucky one of my friends knows how to mod and decided I want to take this challenge so that way when I mod my system, it'll be easier. It's as complicated as all hell, but it's definitely almost done, hopefully. Anyway, I know it's probably a bad idea that I did that, but I'm glad. Because now I can use my Wii U in another whole light and give it new life. I will try to update you again when I can. I'm sorry that my inconsistency isn't good. It's just how I am. I can't make a promise because if I promise you one thing and I end up doing another, it's not going to be pleasant for you either. So it's whenever I can for now. And even later probably, because it's just who I am. But don't think my inactivity means that I abandoned you guys. I see your comments and I watch everybody's videos and I'm there, so it's not like I'm not. I hope everyone does well, stays warm, and had a good Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day was yesterday. I know it's not a really national holiday, but it is the day of love, you know? Okay, well, hope I see you around. eventually. Or soon, whatever. I'll let you know how the modding process goes again and keep you up to date on that and my health as well. Be safe, YouTube, and make sure you stay warm because it's cold. Bye.